Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. 5 ways to instantly reset your emotions as a mom. Okay? Before or after one of those tough moments. Okay? So, when we face intense moments with our kids, and the screaming and the resistance and the messes and the fights, it's just not about their behavior, right? It's about our nervous system being triggered. So here's a quick psychological insight. Our brain has a threat alarm called the amygdala. Okay, I hope I'm saying it right. Amygdala. It gets triggered and it gets activated when we perceive emotional danger. Even if that danger is spilled cereal before school or there's a fight between the siblings, so it just gets triggered. Okay, so that stress hormone goes off, it's an alarm, and it starts ringing. So as moms, we often override our own needs, and that internal pressure, the internal, it's like a cooker, right? If you've seen a pressure cooker, and the pressure builds up inside, and then finally it whistles and it just reacts. um, it's not bad, right? And because we've not had a time to reset and understand what's going on emotionally inside, or we're stressed, we're tired. It's not that we're a bad parent or a bad mom. It's just because we're human beings, right? So I want to talk about 5 ways to instantly reset your emotions as a mom. Okay. So I like to call it name it to tame it. Okay, so one of the quickest ways to deactivate the stress response is by calling it out loud. Okay, so if you see that spilt milk in the kitchen or the spilt cereal in the kitchen in the morning before going to school, and you know you're out of time and you're running late, you just want to say out loud, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. I am feeling stressed. I am feeling angry right now. Announce that emotion, recognize the emotion, and say it out loud. So you're literally sending a signal to your brain and telling it, all right, this is how I'm feeling. It's okay. I can handle it. Okay. So name it to tame it. Now let's jump into the 5 tips. Inshallah, I hope to do like a series and give you like 50 different tips that will help you to reset instantly. Okay, let me know which one works for you and which one you like. There's maybe a couple that you might adapt and you might be using it often. Okay, so tell me which one you enjoy more. All right, so tip number 1 is the towel squeeze. Okay, so what you do is you grab a kitchen towel or any towel, roll it up really, really tightly, and squeeze it like you mean it. So you all that tension and the stress that's inside your body, you want to wring it out and use that physical energy to wring it out and transform that energy into the towel. Okay, so how this works is by channeling emotional tension into something physical, which gives your brain a message that we're discharging that stress and not storing it inside our bodies. Okay, and you can pair it with the vocal exhale and say, yell a little bit or breathe out really loudly, like and so that takes it out of your body so you don't store it inside. All right, tip number 2, post-its. Okay, I've got a whole list of affirmations in my Master Your Guide. I'll talk about it at the end. But if you're interested in the affirmations, what I do is I've got a few posters, or I put up a few stickers, post-it notes, reminding myself what to be thinking in that moment. What is my intention for the day? Okay, so when I get up in the morning, I think, okay, I want to be mindful, I want to be patient, I want to be loving with my kids. Just imagine, what if this was the last day on earth for me with my kids? What if this is the last time I get to see them? How I want to show up. Okay, the days fly, the years fly by so quickly, they grow up so quickly. So I try to remember that moment every single day and try to set an intention every single day. So when I get up in the morning, I read those things, I read those words to remind me how I want to behave. Okay. So keep a stash of sticky notes with affirmations or truths. So things like, oh, this moment will pass, or my child is deregulated, not disrespectful. Um, I love them unconditionally. I am patient. I'm a great mom. So, why this works is that with these visual anchors, it reminds your brain of perspective when your emotions feel loud, feel aggressive. Okay, you can even have it on your phone, put it as a screensaver, and just read those words again and again. Okay, glance at it once in a while, read it out loud, or trace letters with your fingers. So if it's written as you've written peace, and trace peace with your fingers, or love, so trace it so it helps you calm down. All right. I love affirmations. It's helped me so much. And I journal every night with these beautiful, powerful words. If I had a tough day, then I would sit down and go back to the journaling, go back to gratitude, and write the affirmations and again. Okay. Tip number three, the ice cube touch. Okay, this is fun, something different, but let me know how you like it. So, what you want to do is hold an ice cube or a cold spoon to your wrist or your neck. Okay, for 3 to 5 seconds when you're in that height of anger or that heat of anger, frustration. So how it works is that sudden cold activates the vagus nerve. Okay, it's like a biological control alt delete, like that's on your computer. So it just resets you instantly. Okay, so don't just cool down emotionally, you want to cool down literally. Okay? So with that cold touch, it will instantly remind you of wanting to calm down, wanting to cool down. Okay? So have ice in the freezer ready whenever you need it, just grab it, and it will remind you to cool down physically and emotionally, right? All right. Tip number four, micro moments of awe and gratitude. Okay. So this is really, really powerful, but you have to train your mind to do this. Okay. And your body, of course. So you want to pause and observe something tiny but beautiful. Okay. Like a shadow pattern on the floor, or your child's curl of her hair, that, that's tiny smile on her face, the way your tea steams when it's cold, when it's hot, sorry, when the steam comes out of the coffee or the tea, just observe that. Slowly sip your cup of tea or your coffee and just enjoy the flavors. No phone, no other distraction. Just enjoy the tiny moments that you see. Okay, maybe there's a new bud outside in your on your plant. Just little moments of gratitude. Okay, just enjoy it and recognize it. So what happens is that these micro moments of awe, these doses, expands perspective and softens your stress, and you go back to gratitude and you realize what simple pleasures we have in life, right? And you're grateful for your kids, you're grateful for these messy, frustrating moments, and realize it's not going to be long when they grow up and they'll be out of your house, and you'll miss these moments. You'll miss the messy house. You'll miss washing the dishes. You miss having the loads of laundry, right? So this moment matters. Okay, enjoy these special moments. Enjoy the frustrating moments. Enjoy the little arguments they have with each other, and always remind yourself to go back to gratitude. Okay. Tip number five, the 10-toe scan. Okay. What this is you silently count and wiggle each toe one by one. Okay, so you're in the kitchen. I keep on reminding you guys of the kitchen because I know those are the places where usually the frustration happens. Or you're in the car, you're waiting for the kids to hurry up to get into the car for them to get to school. Um, so you want to wiggle each toe individually, one by one, and you're going to count to 10. Okay, so how this works is that it grounds you in your body and gently distracts your mind from spiraling, from getting frustrated, from getting angry. So if you can count to 10, you can definitely reset. Okay, one toe at a time. So we usually talk about like counting 10 backward from 10 to 1. But when you count your toes and you connect with your toes, you ground yourself in your body as well. Okay, so it's physically and emotionally you're grounding yourself, you're calming yourself down. It's just not counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You connect with yourself. Okay, so we've talked about a few ways, a few tips and tricks, powerful ways to reset in real life, but sometimes those moments can feel really big and you want someone to just walk you through it step by step. So that's why we created the Master Your Calm Guide. Okay, so it's a beautiful printable roadmap filled with bite-sized emotional reset tools. You first understand what is going on inside of you. We start with our emotional mastery. Okay, we need to understand what is going on inside us in order for us to communicate with our kids and help them regulate their own emotions. Okay, so there's powerful calming scripts, breathwork cues, journaling prompts to help you make peace with those raw moments and not just to react to them. Okay, so whether you're in the thick of it all or reflecting afterwards, this guide is designed to gently pull you back to center again and again. So it's a guide so you can go through and you can journal, you can understand what is going on inside. Okay, so you don't need to do this alone, right? Sometimes you just want to hear someone, you just want to talk to someone. So this guide is going to help you. It's going to be like a friend. It's going to be like a friend in your pocket. Okay, so you can find the link down below in the description. If you are ready for more and you want to dive into my 10-day course, and that is going to help you reset. You cannot, this is not a quick fix, right? If we've been doing, trying to figure out how to stay calm with our kids, how to find that emotional mastery with our kids, please understand that when we do this, when we are emotionally triggered, we yell and we scream and we are, bringing them up this way, they are going to do the same thing with their kids. Okay, I've seen it again and again and again. And it's hard to break that pattern until and unless you train yourself, your mind, your body, and you understand where those triggers are coming from. Um, so that course, the course that I've set, is 10 days and it guides you through it. So got two things. Got the Master Your Calm Guide. That is in the link. You can get started with that. And if you'd like to see the course, that also I'll leave the link below. Inshallah, I'll bring you another 10 tips or 5 tips next time. I'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.